On today's Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for June 2nd, Ampling Spheres by DoogiieMD. Ampling Spheres is a tech track and it has two drivable surfaces, which are road and sausage. There is a GPS on Ampling Spheres and it does drive the author medal time. There is only a single finish line on the track, and it does contain multiple minor speed checks, and none of which should cause any problems. And currently, no cuts on Ampling Spheres have been found. As for the difficulty of the track, I found it to be slightly harder than average, rating it a 6.5 out of 10. The medal times on the track seem to be about average, or maybe even slightly easier than average, as my personal best of a 44.527 comes in 1,000th of a second ahead of the author medal time of 44.528. The gold medal time on the track was 48 seconds, the silver 54 seconds, and the bronze 1 minute and 7 seconds. Outside of one jump on the track that had quite an unclean landing, I found Ampling Spheres to play extremely well and would give it a ++. For today's analysis, we are using the current world record ghost driven by complex statics to compare against my personal best. Their time of a 43.158 was 1.369 faster than my personal best. Immediately at the start of today's track, you want to go down towards the right of the sausage and then drive a little bit over it. Make sure you leave on the left-hand side of this road piece so you do not get any airtime. Then you just want to jump your way over to the right-hand side of the sausage block. Setting up for the next drift here, you'll see I go a little bit wide while the world record sticks towards the inside. And this is going to cause a massive difference on the drift as they will stay wide here and then exit on an inside line while I am on the inside and I'm going to exit wide. So the world record here is going to have much more exit speed. Moving on to the next drift here, the world record will initiate theirs a little bit earlier than mine, but they also stick on an inside line basically throughout the entire thing, while I'll be a little bit wider, and here I also overdrift a tiny bit, causing me to fall further behind. Coming up to the jump here, you want to align yourself on the left-hand side and turn towards the right as you leave the platform. This will allow you to auto-slide around this corner. You shouldn't really have to drift here, and you'll see I actually do because I felt a bit wide here, and you want to leave on an inside line through this. The wider you are, the worse line you are going to have coming up to this next jump. Because for this jump, you want to be somewhat towards the right-hand side, turning towards the left for this. So once again, you can auto-slide this corner, only drifting as you see necessary, and you want to leave here as flat as possible. If you are any further to the right here or to the left, you are going to get airtime. The more towards the left you are, the better off you're going to be, because higher towards the right is just going to cause you to crash out, while somewhere towards the left here, you maybe have a chance of saving it. Most of the difference so far has just been execution on the drifts, but this is the first really major line difference, with the world record going for an inside line from the pole while I go around the pole. That inside line is extremely difficult and the reason why I didn't go for it. Setting up for this next drift here, starting the drift fairly early and starting out wide and exiting on an extremely tight line around this corner. Initially, I thought I overdrifted this one a lot, but looking at this, I am pretty darn happy with how well I did it. My biggest mistake on the track is coming up on this jump right here. I just did not commit on the turn early enough, so I'm going to end up jumping out here very wide. So I'm going to have to turn very hard back to the right in order to get a drift to the left for the upcoming corner. And overall, by the time we leave this platform, I'm going to lose probably like 3 to 4 tenths of a second. So a very big difference there from just the landing spot. For me, this was really the only problematic parts of the track, and it seems to be an issue for the world record as well, as we're both going to get pretty shaky landings here. But as you leave this platform, again, you want to be turning towards the right, so you can get that little bit of an auto slide. You also want to apply some brake taps here as well as you get closer to the exit, so you can get a little bit tighter corner. And there's really only one more part to the track here, so you want to drop down towards the right here a little bit. You should get some airtime here, again sending you into that auto slide around this corner, braking as you see necessary, but you really shouldn't have to, but then you can jump your way to the finish. And that will conclude today's analysis. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you have not already. There is a link to my Discord in the description if you are interested in that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Monday for the next one.